Daniel Defoe is widely recognized as one of the most influential figures in English literature, best known for his novel Robinson Crusoe. Defoe's literary contributions extend beyond fiction to include essay, political writing, travel literature. His life was as eventful as his story, filled with financial struggle, political conflict, and unrelenting passion for writing. This essay explores Defoe's life, his major work, his literary legacy. Born around 1660 in London, Daniel Defoe was the son of the James Defoe, a tallow chandler. His family belonged to the Dissenters, a Protestant group that opposed the Church of England. His background played a crucial role in shaping Defoe's political and religious views. Instead of attending Oxford and Cambridge, Defoe studied at a dissenting academy in Newton Green, where he received an education in business, modern language, and religious studies. Despite his literary ambitions, Defoe initially pursued a career in trade. He traveled across Europe, was involved in various business ventures, ranging from Hawaii to shipbuilding. However, financial misfortune followed him throughout his life. He declares bankruptcy several times and was often burdened with debt, which influenced many of his later writing. Defoe's involvement in politicals began in the 1680 when he supported King William III. The glorious revolutions, his writings were often politically charged and used satire as a powerful tool to criticize government policies. One of his most famous satirical work, The Shortest Way with the Dissenters, landed him in trouble. The pamphlet mocked the extreme view of High Church Anglican, leading to his arrest of seditious libel. He was sentenced to the policy but gained public sympathy through a cleverly written poem Hymn to the Pillory. After his release, Dafoe became a government spy and secret agent under the Tory administrations. He used his journalistic skills to influence public opinion and gather intelligence. His most significant contribution to journalism was the Review, a periodical he founded in 1704, which is often considered a precursor to modern newspaper. Defoe's literary career took a dramatical turn in 1719 when he published Robinson Crusoe, a novel that revolutionized English fiction, inspired by the real-life experiences of the castaway Alexander Selkirk. The novel tells the story of Crusoe's survivors on a deserted island. The book was an immediate success and often regarded as the first English novel. What made Robinson Crusoe groundbreaking was its realistic narrative style. Dafoe wrote in a way that made the story feel authentic, using a first-person perspective, detailed descriptions. The novel explores theme of the self-reliance, civilization versus nature, and the human instinct for survival. It also reflected the colonial mindset of the time, as Crusoe's relationship with his servant Friday mirrored the attitude toward imperialism following the success of Robinson Crusoe. Dafoe wrote several other novels, including Moll Flanders, A Journal of the Plug Years, and the Rexana. These works continued his traditions of blending fictions with historical realism, often focusing on theme of the survival, moralities, and social mobilities. Dafoe's writing style was direct and journalist. He avoided elaborate poetic language in favor of clever, concise storytelling. His work often read like real life account, blurring the line between fiction and reality. His approach have laid the foundations for the modern novel. A recurring theme of the Dafoe work is the struggles for survival, whether it is Curcio on his island, Mole Flanders navigating a life of a crime, or a Londoners enduring the great plug. His characters are often placed in extreme situations that test their resilience. Another major theme is economic social mobilities. Many of his protagonists rise from humble beginnings, reflecting Defoe's belief in self-improvement and hard work. Daniel Defoe's impact on literature is immense. He is often credited as the father of English novel. His realistic narrative technique influenced later writings such as Jonathan Swift, Samuel Richardson, Charles Dickens, and Robinson Crusoe. Has been adopted into numerous film, plays, and literary retelling, solidifying its place in world literatures. Despite financial difficulty, legal troubles, Dafoe remained a prolific writer until his death. In 1731, his work continued to be studied for their historical and literary significance. Through his novel, journalism, and political writing, Dafoe shaped the course of English literature and journalism, leaving behind a legacy that endures to the to this day. Daniel Defoe's life was as adventurous as his fiction. He was a trader, political spy, journalist, novelist, embodying the spirit of resilience, and he so often depicted in his characters his pioneers work in fiction. Particularly, Robinson Crusoe helped define the novel as a literary form. Though he faced numerous hardships, his contributions to literature and journalism remain invaluable. Today, Defoe is remembered not just as an author but as a visionary who transformed the landscapes of the storytelling.